The University Chronicle from Idea to Ink. Brought to you by Patrick St. John, Danielle Newman, Cole Hawkins, Christopher Kelsey, Brittany Fairnam, Brianna Anker, Ashley Krell, and Andrew Hopkins. Each slide's content was provided to you by a specific group member and then compiled by Patrick St. John. The first step in the University Chronicle process starts with the huddle. During the huddle, writers, editors, and others involved with the paper meet to discuss what will be in upcoming issues. They talk about current stories that are in the production process and discuss other items for the paper in general. The agenda includes things such as upcoming sporting events, the online edition of the paper, and local/national news. These meetings happen twice a week and last between 15 and 30 minutes. For an article to begin to take form, there has to be some sort of an interview done. The questions for the interview are planned out ahead of time. Your interviewee prepares for these questions, and the most important part of reporting and interviewing is getting the most accurate answer. One must be honest, so it does not look like you are being insincere. Last part of an interview is the closing. In this, you will end with your final questions and thoughts. You also have to thank the person for being interviewed. The photojournalism aspect of the Chronicle is quite interesting. Photos are assigned twice a week to various student photographers. The photographers are given a briefing of what article the photo will be for and what characteristics the photo should capture. Once the pictures have been taken, the photographer decides on the strongest photos, adds captions, and sends those photos to the visual editor. The visual editor does the majority of the photo editing, including cropping, contrast, and sizing. The visual editor also has the final say in which photos will appear in the Chronicle. Lastly, the visual editor correctly formats the photos for both online and printing use. After the photography is finished and the writers finish their stories, the article is then sent to the section editors. There are 4 sections: news, sports, art and entertainment, and opinions. The article must be proofread by at least 2 of the 4 copy editors. The copy editor then sends back any corrections to the section editor. During the week, a rough draft is placed online for readers until the final copy is printed on Monday morning. Sunday is the final day for finishing before the section editors do the layout. The editor-in-chief then looks over all of the articles for any mistakes and does the fine-tuning of the articles. All in all, at least 4 people will edit the article for corrections before it gets placed in the paper. The layout of the University Chronicle is done with a template where each page seems to stay within one theme, such as page 3 is always international news and page 6 is sports. The top priority articles are near the front and then the top portion of the paper. Feature articles are the first few inside pages, and in-depth interviews fill the paper on pages that have room. Article pictures are strategically placed as an attention getter for the article. Also, advertisements are placed according to the amount of money they pay for that spot. The printing process of the University Chronicle is done by a local professional printing company and is not done on campus. The Chronicle sends the printing company the final template edition of the paper on late Sunday or Monday morning for it to be test printed. If the test print is okayed, then the mass print is done and the paper is delivered to the Chronicle Wednesday morning. The distribution of the Chronicle is a fairly new process this year. The Chronicle used to be printed twice a week, but starting this semester, it is only done once. The reason they are doing this is that they have increased the amount of pages in the paper so that they are able to fit in all of the information with only printing it once a week. The Chronicle has the papers conveniently positioned throughout the campus in areas such as the dorms, Garvey Commons, Stewart Hall, and Atwood Memorial Center. This makes the paper very accessible for the students and faculty on campus, and at the same time, being cost-effective. After all of these steps are complete, the University Chronicle becomes St. Cloud State's very own newspaper. From start to finish and from idea to ink, the paper is completed by students and for students. From all of us in the Intro to Mass Communications Group 8, I thank you for listening.